at the World Championships. As the teams are at center and set to go, USA in blue, Czechs in white, blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. And we're out with a face-off into the Czech zone, picked up by Kieran McCardle as he bounces off the boards and finds a man in Tim Edwards out high. Connor Kelly playing his second game for the Stars and Stripes. We'll wait for help in Davy Amelot. Here's McCardle into the crease and a shot and a goal from Gail Thorpe, and USA on the board. It took 23 seconds. It's 1-0.
Nice pass down to the doorstep behind the back pass, and then Gail Thorpe, who's been impressive as a guy who likes to hug that crease. He's the low man on the offense.
He'll take some outside shots as well.
He will take some outside shots, but that stocky frame, it works perfect down on the doorstep. Left-handed shot tucks it in, 1-0 US of A.
Batiste pulled that ball free and then stepped on it, and that allows Lukash to pick it up. He gets bodied on the USA. Was trying to stay on the right side of center, knocked across the line. USA on a quick scoop and go. Bounce pass through to Reardon and couldn't handle it off the turf. As Blazer wearing an A on his jersey here for Team USA. As he'll pop himself open for the feed.
You had a good chat with Blaze on Lacrosse Classified this week.
I did. Every Tuesday, Lacrosse All-Stars, check it out.
We learned big fan of the show, number 10.
Yes, and he scores a goal right on cue. It's 2-0 USA.
Right around that same spot where Thorpe just scored again. The low lefty creased man. Tucks it in past Dubinsky.
And you mentioned Dubinsky's going to have the game of his life. Not the start Pete was looking for. 2 goals on 2 shots. Mind you, 2 real good looks here from a dangerous area on the floor. Both finding the back of the goal as we go back to center floor.
Yeah, and Jonathan Monk not able to get over and give a cross check or anything onto the midst of Blaze Reardon, so an easy tuck.
Czech Republic knocked out of the blue division from 2015 as they come in ranked 7th out of the top 6, trying to work their way back in. USA out to the quick lead. Here's McCardle. Outside the dotted circle, inside for Kelly, has to pick it up on the wrong side of the floor. Now finds Emila, he'll whip one wide. Thorpe off the end wall, no looker. Emila again, and it's in. Just an absolute nightmare start here for the Czechs and Pete Dubinsky, 3-0 USA.
No, any confidence, momentum that they thought they'd have to start this lacrosse game, USA is just going to suck the life out of them in the first 89 seconds.
And listen, there's still a significant gap from Canada to Iroquois to USA, and then there's the drop, right? With Israel, England, Czechs,
Finns.
put Finns in that category now. Some teams improving, but they're from that top 3 of USA, Canada, and Iroquois. The drop-off is still a significant one, and showing that here early as Dubinsky finally makes a stop. As the Czechs look for an offensive possession here, as Czech Konezny will get across the line.
Yeah, and I've been talking about it this week. Maybe the next championship, they look at seeding teams and grouping the divisions a little differently to have some games a little bit more even. You know, the blue division is 1 through 5, but why don't the other divisions go 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, rather than having some...
There's a goal.
Oh, they're on the board. Nice outside rip. Sub shot from Pavel Dolsli.
There's Dolsli on the board here for the Czechs. And you're right, I think a lot of people have been talking about how the seedings have worked here from 2015 coming into this one, and how the groups have all been set up, the schedule, and I think some tweaks are in order, no question.
Yeah, there's been 14s playing against 20s, and it's big gaps.
You know, a team like Hong Kong, well, they come ranked in here at like 19th, 18th, something like that, and they're way better than the 18th ranked team here.
The Netherlands are
they're gonna
statistically,
jump way
they're
up,
going to jump from 17 to the top 8.
McCardle, Reardon, stop by Dubinsky, and a good stop there.
Reardon slips over to that righty side and gets a decent shot off. Dubinsky with the save, who came into this tournament as one of the hottest goaltenders on the planet, leading the Victoria Shamrocks to a Mann Cup final against Peterborough.
Indeed. There's Coastal down low. Pape Inside, ball on the deck. One-hand attempt there on the pickup, never a good idea. Busick working him over, that's Lukash. And shot clock will expire here on the Czechs. You okay, Brett?
A little stuffy up here.
Huh? See if I can open a window for you.
Crack the roof.
Kelly. There's Radowitz out there. Connor Kelly and Anthony out there now. Here's McCardle, quick pass. Rambo backdoor for Anthony. Pass got away from him, and up with it is Skokent. Tall, lanky transition player. Now lost cut. Running wide is lost cut backdoor, and nobody really home on that far side. As Greg Downing the lob ahead here to Dunn.
Dunn was the guy that Blaze Reardon pointed out on your podcast yesterday, saying he's a guy that we'll be talking about being a mainstay defender in the National Lacrosse League for years to come, and one of his most pleasant surprises and favorite teammates on this team.
Indeed, and he's got the fresh legs as well.
Yeah, it's been a grind for some of these guys that have played this will be their 5th game in 6 days.
Maybe a chance coming here. Making the change is Edwards instead, Kelly. An errant pass there from McCardle, takes it off the window. There's Radowitz, will kick it off to Kelly with 10 on the shot clock up top now. Rambo, one more. McCardle over the top. Rebound given up by Dubinsky. Busick, book it.
Just about to say, Dubinsky is starting to settle in a little bit, but loose ball after loose ball and possession after possession.
It looks like Jake Lazor playing out of the back end here for USA. Wearing number 2 for the Stars and Stripes. Didn't have him on my roster, but you were on top of things, brother.
Yeah, he's the 3rd string goaltender, but he's actually been into a couple games as a defender in this tournament. Why not?
Well, if we see Blaze Reardon grab the field stick and start playing field goal here for Team USA, then we're talking. I don't think it'll happen.
Not the way he's been filling the net.
No, great story about his dad saying, if you get hit with the ball playing goal, don't come crying to me. And still wanted to play in net. Didn't want to wear pads, but still wanted to play goal.
That one stings the shoe of Martin Schruta.
There's Reardon to Rambo. Room loads the terrapin, rocks it right on goal, and Dubinsky turns it aside. Thorpe to the crease. Kelly, one more, and Reardon's got another.
Great movement by Team USA. I think their offense is clicking a little bit better every single night as their chemistry improves. Great pass across the zone to a cutting Reardon. Easy finish.
Yeah, very similar to what we've seen with Team England, Brad, where they've just slowly, steadily improved with each game. The results may not have been there early for England, but steadily got better as the tournament went along, and I think you can say the same thing here for Team USA.
Yeah, it's a good thing for them in a tournament like this where, again, you're playing a lot of lacrosse in a short time. Iroquois running into a lot of detrimental injuries, and this is going to be a different-looking USA team if they meet the Iroquois tomorrow night.
And just lost by a single, well, no, it ended up being a 2-goal loss with an empty netter as time expired, but essentially a 1-goal loss in that game. Delayed call on here to the Czechs. Thorpe looking for Connor Kelly. Anthony couldn't snare it. Here's McCardle, no look down to Connor, and he stepped in the crease.
Czech penalty, and we'll take our first look at USA's power play. And even though they're up 5-1 early, they'll relish the opportunity to work on the power play, something they'll need to capitalize on big going forward.
It's Benjamin Lavallee that is into the box here for the Czech Republic. 5-1 USA go to work on their first man advantage. McCardle at the point, Connor Kelly, Gale Thorpe at the shooters, Blaze Reardon and Davey Emila down on the crease. Ball turned over.
USA under 50% on the power play in this tournament.
And they want that number to improve as Vimala will head off. This is Stolschli. I've been really working on my Czech accent over the last couple of days, brother.
Well done.
Thank you. Lukasz. The gray leggings clashing with that red and blue and white kit for the Czech uniforms. There's Rambo with the white socks, black shoes combo, Brad. You know how I feel about that.
Your absolute favorite look.
Might get a letter grade on Lacrosse this week right there. White shoes, white socks, black shoes, black socks. Thank you very much. Reardon to Rambo. McCardle, spin it, take it. Oh!
Nice rip from Kieran McCardle from the point. Short side, high sidearm.
Gave the wand a twirl and then let fly. And watch this thing end up in the short side top corner. My goodness.
The leading scorer for Team USA in this tournament just stings that near side top shelf.
Painting corners, as the kids say, Bradley.
Yeah, he's had a great tournament. And we were talking about a little bit about him in the last game, and he's a big role player in Toronto, but I'm seeing stuff out of him this week that makes me think he's going to be the #1 lefty with the New York Riptide.
Agreed.
Ball's going to be in his stick, quarterbacking things.
Reardon picking up an assist. Shots on goal now, Brad, 11-3. USA leads at 6-1. Another penalty call coming here to the Czechs as Anthony Kelly looks back across for Reardon. No looker back to Kelly off the helmet of Dubinsky.
The bean. Interference coming to Busick.
No.
Minor interference. That's why the whistle was
okay.
blown.
That makes more sense.
But McCardle to Tyson Gibson on the doorstep in the NLL this year. That'll be especial.
Agreed. And, of course, moving Durston. I'm trying to think who they got back in the Durston deal. That'll help that side as well. Racking my brain. Help me out, Brad.
Fournier in a second-round draft pick, I believe.
Miles Jones. See the tweet from Miles Jones saying, I wish lacrosse season was longer, and he got about, 85
I think there's
mentions. Play
we know,
NLL. Play box lacrosse.
We know a way you can extend your season there, MJ.
Yeah, please. I am dying to see Miles Jones play box lacrosse.
Yeah, he'd be a beast. He'd be an absolute weapon.
Do it, Miles Jones. I know you're watching your boys here for Team USA. A little surprised he didn't make an effort to.
Perkovic's going to give it a chance,
Yeah.
and I think that'll be a good bar if they see him come in with that two-man game and be super effective for Georgia. That could open a lot of doors.
Garnsey. The PLLer going to make a go of it. What was there, 16, 17 Americans drafted in the last NLL?
20, I think.
Oh, okay.
20. Brent Adams going to try out for the Vancouver Warriors. He's had a fantastic PLL season. Wish we'd see some Brent Adams in this tourney.
Yeah, a little surprised that a couple of guys absent from this roster.
Not sure
including one number 99 in Paul Rabel. The guy's won a Champions Cup in the NLL.
I think PR
Is his time?
busy. I think he's busy.
Don't tell
but
me.
there's a couple guys, I think,
he
whether
can
it was the
spend a week
coach's
here.
decision or their decision not to be here, but there's a few guys in the NLL with experience that could be here.
The question is, why aren't they?
My boy Tommy McKee.
Our boy, Tommy
Our
McKee.
boy Tommy McKee.
Penalty call coming here to Team USA now. With just over 5 to go in this opening quarter of quarterfinal number 2. USA in front by 5, 6-1. As the delayed call on here to the States. 6 attackers on for the Czechs, and a chance there goes by the wayside as Notek couldn't come up with it.
Our guy Brendan Fowler just signed somewhere too.
New England, I think. They lost Fournier and they picked up Fowler.
Up Fowles, yeah. B Rabbit.
Yes, I was trying to think of his Twitter handle. You beat me to it. B-Rabbit, shout out to fella. Good dude. 5-on-4 here for the Czechs now, trying to cut into this 5-goal deficit. Pape at the point. Kostal in this near shooter. As they're waiting to set up the play here. And here it comes. Knotek. Kostal move it one more. And this is where the Czechs excel in the ball movement. Down to the crease and a save there from Mather. I was talking about in the previous quarterfinal, especially on the man advantage, the Czechs really know how to work the angles and move that ball around. A little tougher here against the USA defense than what we saw a night ago, but still pretty effective.
Yeah, it's one of the advantages they have over some of the other European nations. Their ball movement is so quick. It doesn't stall on anybody's stick. Everybody touches it. They skip it across the zone nicely. And that's one of the reasons they're in this quarterfinal here. Looking to improve on their last time seventh seed.
Good hustle from the veteran Kelly, but can't come up with a shot in time. Czechs with it, and a minute to go in the man advantage here. But just 4 shots on goal so far for the Czech Republic. Lost Scott down to the near creases. They'll set back up. 12 on the shot clock. Pope. Kostal. Lost Scott. 6 on the clock. Here's the take. That's wide. And that's the problem. When you wait that long in the shot clock, Brad, and you take that shot with just 4, if you don't hit the target, the possession is over. And with you have the man advantage, I think you want to shoot maybe with 8 seconds, 7 seconds left. So
yeah, you've got the advantage to get the loose ball
right,
because you've got 2 guys that can go after it, and then you can hit a second shot.
But now USA, shot clock and penalty time just about synced up here. And Rambo will just cradle away here and let time expire. Kelly, Damala, 3 on the clock. Here's Reardon on the step back, and Dubinsky the stick save. Out of the box comes Connor Kelly. We're back to 5-on-5. We're under 3 minutes to go, quarter 1. Winner of this game gets the Iroquois Nationals in the early one tomorrow. Canada, England in the nightcapper on semifinal Thursday. Chance, save from Mather. Ball loose, far corner. And Osika with the loose ball. Here's Tim Edwards. Out of Buffalo, New York. Connor Kelly coming in. Czechs packed in tight here. Ball far side with McCardle. Just outside the dotted circle, he'll give it to Kelly, fake the shot, skip it to the crease, can't pull the trigger, could Thorpe. Here's Rambo from the wrong side, doesn't matter for him, rebound off the end wall, and shot too late there by Thorpe. As Rambo's got the ability to pick corners from that area of the floor, just missed the goal. As he is Whip Snakes won the PLL title, and Rambo scored the overtime winner. Got the game tire, too.
Yeah, PLL MVP.
And we'll be heading into his second season with the Philadelphia Wings as Mather makes the stop. And I'd look for some significant improvement with the Philadelphia Wings this year. He's lost so many of those 1-2 goal games that could really have gone either way. And
yeah, and they've got themselves a goaltender now in
B. Miller.
B. Mill and Abrams, who's looked good in this tournament.
Yes.
You got a cup of tea with
There's
them last
Reardon
season.
open, excuse me, Bradley. And a stop there from Dubinsky.
Vintage Dubinsky as he sprawls himself out. It's
Very
a piece of the stick on it.
emphatic goaltender.
Fun to watch.
I would expect USA to go back to Gawa Abrams tomorrow. I think, the start here for Mather, knowing that they're probably going to do okay against the Czechs, maybe give Abrams an extra day of rest. He's seen a lot of rubber.
I think he's getting a night off for sure.
And he's coming in fresh tomorrow. And I think he's deserved it. Like, he took over the reins in game 1 and hasn't looked back and really seized the opportunity when it presented itself.
No, it was Mather who started that game, and I think Abrams came in after about 4 or 5 goals early and hasn't looked back since.
8 on the shot clock for Connor Kelly. Here's McCardle over the shoulder to Rambo. And Dubinsky will stare that one down. Here comes the penalty call.
Slash. We'll get our next look at The U.S. power play.
Sporting some Saskatchewan Rush colors down on that head and shooters. Black on green action.
Wonder if Davinsky hooked him up.
He's still wearing his Rush apparel.
The USA 1 for 2 on the man advantage.
By the way, speaking of goalie gear, did you see Amanda Mastera thrown on? I don't know whose gear it was, but she put on like a full set of goalie gear the other day. That takes some courage.
I was going to say, brave lady. Hope she had a shower after.
Yeah, well, if you've never had the pleasure of smelling like players' hands after a lacrosse game, the old glove hands, there is no other smell on planet Earth like it.
The Arena Bowl, the broadcast booth in the field house this week.
Okay. Just be careful where you're going with this.
Little ripe. How many games have you done in the field house?
A couple, early in the week.
No, you weren't sitting up here on your throne all week. The field house was getting a little ripe third, fourth quarter of some games. That broadcast booth is literally right above the goaltender.
Okay. I thought you were talking about maybe there's some broadcasters up there that need to clean themselves or something. Oh, Dubinsky at the buzzer with an old-fashioned patty stacker. You don't see that very often. The old hockey save there for Dubinsky. Roll that one back, fellas, if we can get a shot.
Doing his back, Dominik Hasek, the Czech.
Here it comes from Dubinsky. You ask for it, Brad, you'll get it. Watch this one right here from Dubinsky. I'm not sure it would have counted or not, but just out of our shot.
Just out of reach.
All right, lacrosse fans, welcome back inside the Langley Event Center. 15 down, 45 to go here from the Arena Bowl. This is quarterfinal number 2. England getting past Israel in the game previous, 9-7 the final. They'll blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. They'll take on Canada at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Winner of this one gets the Iroquois Nationals, and right now after 15 minutes, USA lead at 6-1.
Trevor Baptiste, 7 for 8. In the face-off circle.
Doing his thing is the beast. Speaking of a beast, here's Kelly with a hammer. And that one hit somebody. He gets his own loose ball back. Down to the crease.
Kelly with a hat trick in a game early in this tournament. He had 2 goals late.
And they just kept feeding him the rock.
It was a power play late in the game, and they get 34 the ball, and he stung one far side high. Beautiful shot.
And Nick
the
Coyne
team loved it. Good locker room guy.
Sorry, Brad. Nick Coyne, the founder of the Dallas Box Lacrosse League, if I'm not mistaken, just let me know that Miles Jones attended the first tryout back in Baltimore a few years back and sent me a YouTube video. Check that out. I'll give that a retweet on my timeline if you want to see that. PXP, the number 4 sports, is where you can find it. As that shot hit the post past Mather. As I don't think he ever saw it, but it rang off the iron and stayed out from Doshley. Once again, where's Zach Higgins also in Philadelphia. Riptide goaltenders Alexis Bouquet and Angus Goodleaf as he continues his recovery. Chance here for the USA off the bench. Good feed. Here's Emila. Stopped by Dubinsky.
Nice save to halt some momentum. Keep some life with this Czech club as they head back on offense.
Shots 18-10, so tightening up a little bit there. And it's not like the Czechs seem like they're overwhelmed here in this game. They're just kind of on their heels a little bit. But they're about to get another power play, it looks like.
They're 0 for 2.
Polash and Lazor release from the box as Dunn will be sent in. And down 6-1 here. Much needed man advantage and much needed time for a goal here for the Czech Republic. Kostel. Pope. Doshley down to the crease for Kanotek. 15 on the shot clock. Skip it. Kostel had to reach out for it. Rannigan right on him. Comes down with the clamp. Ball squirts free here for Pape. He'll send it to the crease, and Kanotek whiffed on the quick step. 3 on the shot clock.
Open.
Maybe time. Chance. And that went off the pad of Mather. and they'll get a reset and a fresh 30.
Just wondering why I haven't seen Chris O'Doherty.
I think he's nursing something, and I think he'll be good to go for the semifinal. He may have the night off here tonight.
Yeah, he hasn't played.
Load management, Brett.
Yeah, he took a season off from the NLL to recover from injury. He's on the starting roster tonight, but I haven't seen him on the floor in pretty much all game.
Achilles, right, if I'm not mistaken?
It's Achilles, yeah.
That's a nasty one. It takes a while to come back from that.
That's a year.
But he's here, and he's been one of the leaders of this Team USA team, and we spent a long time around OD, and I don't know if you're going to find a better team guy than Chris O'Doherty.
No.
From the Kinnelon, New Jersey area, Brett. I know you like to throw that one in.
Rutgers.
Still 35 seconds to work with here in the man advantage as we're across the 3-minute mark of quarter 2. As the Czechs get the power play set back up. Kostel. Puppet. Doshli, skip it. Here's the ball movement we're looking for, and in it goes.
And the Selly.
Wojtek. You want to try it, Brad?
Wojtek. You go first. You go first.
Ulelaha.
Ulehala.
Oh, I think you had it way better than I did.
Ulehaha. Beautiful feed.
Ulehala.
Skipping it from one side to the other and back to the righty crease, and Ulehaha celebrating.
Even Stamper, who's called games at the Herbeski and you name it, he even struggles with that one. So I don't feel all that bad. But power play goal here for the Czechs, 6-2 now.
And we were speculating last game. They're going to announce the next World Box Lacrosse Championship in a couple days here, probably right around the gold medal game. And
that's what they do.
You're saying you might like to see it back in Prague.
I would. I've never been to Prague. I've heard nothing but good things. I want to get to the Herbeski as well. But, it's been in Canada 3 times. It's been in Onondaga once. So I think it's time for Europe.
I think it's time to go back to Europe, but do you go back to a country that's already had it, or do you look at
Israel maybe, Finland?
You just look at England. Look at a Manchester.
Yeah, a lot of things need to. Oh, scores for Kostel. 6-3.
Suddenly it's 6-3. Shots on goal 18-14, and USA can't go to sleep and mail it in yet. Or they shouldn't at all when they got a game that they're thinking about tomorrow. You can't think about tomorrow quite yet.
Kostel spinning off a check there and then bouncing 5-hole. And 2 quick ones here from the Czechs, have them within 3.
Yeah, put some life into the Czech Republic.
Here's next thing on a turnover. Numbers for the Czechs, and Dunn with a clean read on that one. Just stepped in front and picked it off, and now it's a 3-on-2 here for USA. Taylor Stewart tried to give it back to Dunn, who was coming to set a pick, and that's where you see, the inexperience of a player new to the box game. Didn't really know where to pass the ball and then what to do once he did pass the ball, and that 3-on-2 just broke down.
Yeah. Got to keep that head up, got to be ready, because that pass is going to come right back.
Not that it wasn't a good idea to come set a pick. It's just not the thing that Taylor Stewart was expecting. And again, the Czechs starting to move the ball around much better here. 3 on the shot clock. They need a take here, and they'll run out of time.
Dunn recovers with a nice defensive play on the other side of the ball, breaking up that pass at the end of the 30.
Man, he looks like a machine under that gear there. Not a lot of athlete comes to mind. Emila with 13 on the shot clock. Rambo, now Reardon, down to the crease. Thorpe, he'll clear away. This is Reardon looking across. Emila taking, Dubinsky stopping, and loose ball picked up nicely by Gottwald. Lead feed, and that one takes a friendly bounce off the boards. Might have touched the official as well. Play on. What do we got? Timeout?
Timeout, Czechs.
So this is a heads-up call here from the Czechs, who are about to lose possession and decide to call timeout just to keep possession. As you get a look at the bench spots there for the Czech Republic, that's Roman Prokony. He's into it too. Like, I watch him during warm-up for the Czechs, and he's out on the floor. He's barking during shooting drills.
He's got a presence. Like, before I knew that he was the coach of the Czech Republic, just the way that he was walking around the Langley Event Center, there's an aura and a charisma that oozes off of him, and he's a leader.
Look at some of the crowd here inside the LEC.
Wednesday nighter, another doubleheader. There's been a lot of lacrosse this week. We've seen a lot of lacrosse celebrities, I guess, mainstays, a lot of coaches, general managers from around the National Lacrosse League, NLL players,
a
lot of different jerseys.
I know the NLL Board of Governors are in town for some meetings for the National Lacrosse League today. You wonder if maybe they spend an extra night in British Columbia and head for the semifinals here tomorrow night to watch some top-notch action.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
Well, I would. 6-3 as we're back underway. Czechs in possession, 15 on the shot clock out of the timeout. Kostel. What do you think about that? Getting a new 30 when you call timeout. With it or against it?
With it if you're the one calling the timeout, against it if you're the opposing team.
But shouldn't that be part of the benefit of calling the timeout?
Especially in that situation there where they were about to run out of time, they were about to lose possession.
But the only thing that you could run into some trouble is that, you're late in the game. You got just over 30 seconds to go. You're trying to kill the clock off. You run it down to 5 on the shot clock, then call timeout and get a fresh 30. Doesn't really work.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just a thought that crossed through my mind. It probably wasn't that great of one. Happens from time to time.
Thinking the game, that's a good thing.
Loose ball. Radowitz, one-handed scoop. Edwards thinking about filling the lane here, but 3 Czechs back on tee, so pull it out. Shots now 19-14, just a 3-goal game here with the USA in front. And Blaze Reardon back out. Emila will give it to Reardon. He'll pass off to Thorpe, has a look, loads up the shot. That went off a helmet, right back to Gale. He'll look across the floor, nobody open, down to the crease on an inside pivot. Now spin and shoot, and Reardon put it wide, as it will skip into the USA bench for a Czech possession.
Chance to get within 2.
Halfway through the quarter. You don't have to duck down, Brad. You just look up at the Jumbotron there. The score's right on
the heads-up play right there. Thanks for the assist.
Oh, mercy. You got them in either end of the arena here as well. You don't have to duck down and look in there.
I like that one over there.
I don't know why you keep doing it. Been here a few times. Downing battling for a Lucy. Look at Greg Downing work. And he comes away with it. A Denver product. And then a 10-second violation on USA. Couldn't get it across the line in time.
Yeah, Greg Downing still a defensive beast. Effective on that back end, brings it up the floor well, always going to battle. Not going to take any stupid penalties.
Big fan of Greg Downing. Got to know him
player.
Real well in Minnesota when we were both with the Swarm back in 2012, 2013. Another good dude, Greg Downing. G-Downs. Shot block there. To the end wall goes Osika. And just lets the shot clock expire for Team USA. And USA stuck on 6 here for a while now, Brad. They got off to that very quick start.
Yeah, it's almost like they've taken their foot off the gas pedal a little bit, which is dangerous to do in a tournament like this. Don't get complacent.
Way too early in the game to do that. And the other thing is McCardle over top of the goal.
Dubinsky's really settled in nicely too.
Dubinsky's got the ability to settle into a game and then turn out the lights on you. So I'm not saying that's going to happen here, but you don't want to take your foot off the pedal against this Czech team. You just don't. And again, USA has been building and building as this week has gone along, and you want to continue that momentum heading into the semifinal. which you would expect them to be in, the 4-time bronze medalists.
And the Czechs haven't lost a game. Well, they're feeling good. They're rolling 5-0 through this tournament.
There's Dolschleit. He's got 18 on the shot clock as he'll give it to Kostel. Down to the crease, tough pass, hit the referee, bounces right into the slot. Who wants it? USA will come away with it, and Connor Busick. He's got Downs to his right. Off the bench comes Kelly, scores. Oh, what a shot from Connor Kelly. No windup, and caught Dubinsky off guard there with that release.
Almost like the head fake. He's looking far side, and then a quick tuck short side. Love the cheeky shot here from Kelly as you watch him streak in. He's looking across the floor, and then bang, no looker short side.
Back to center with Baptiste, who's dominated. And he comes away with another. He's got it to T-Stu, who I had no idea Taylor Stewart had American citizenship.
Coquitlam Jr. Adnak. Yeah. Connor Kelly will be joining the New York Riptide as he was the expansion pick from the San Diego Seals.
Shot clock violation on USA. And now a little press here from the States, and the ref setting a pick there. Still worked out. Kostel on the step back, didn't get through cleanly. Busick will pick up, lead ahead here, got over the head of Stewart. And he's running away. Here comes Dubinsky out of the goal, look out, didn't get it cleanly. Kostel will pick up. And Dubinsky still in no hurry to get back to his... We saw Mikey Poulin come across center the other night.
That was a weird one. He's an active goaltender, likes to come out. He'll make a pass, he'll charge a loose ball. And likes to stay in the game.
One of our peers here, Brad Chandler, Teddy Jenner, saying that the Czechs have dropped back into a zone defense here, and it's causing USA troubles. Let's watch this the next time. I didn't really notice that until he said that, but I want to see what this zone's all about from the Czechs, because we haven't really seen a whole lot of that from any nations quite yet. And sometimes zones in lacrosse are a little bit different, right? You can work these things a little bit differently. So they're all dropping back into their positions here, and it's kind of a 2-1-2. Or a 1-2-2.
Yeah, one man high and then a box low.
Interesting.
And almost like they're running short-handed with that man up top, taking both sides of the floor, and the States capitalize on that one.
Connor Kelly with 2 straight now, and the 5-goal lead has been restored, 8-3.
It's a good way to get in lanes and block some shots if you got an active stick, but I still think you got to get out on guys and lay some cross checks and get on some hands. It's basically they're setting up like they're short-handed and they're just standing back waving their sticks.
And I think, usually when teams go to zone is that they know that they're going to be overmatched physically and maybe talent-wise as well by the opponent, and going to a zone just kind of, I don't want to say dumbs it down for everybody. It makes their assignments a lot easier to know where they should be on the floor.
Yeah, you're not going to go chasing.
You're playing
a
spot. You're playing a spot instead of a man, essentially.
Yeah.
This is Thorpe. As Konechny working the stick work. Backdoor feed. Stewart in front. Thorpe stopped Dubinsky. And then a back in.
And you hear the Czech fans making some noise for...
Actually, it's going to be a penalty
PDD.
call here, Brett.
U.S. will go back to the power play. So I bring up their digits on the night.
Martin Hodania off to the box.
1 for 3 on the power play. A goal by Kieran McCardle earlier, that wicked outside snipe that we saw.
Well, we should get in the officials before we get any further here, Brad. Ferguson, Bryan, Coleman, Ecclestone, your 4-man officiating crew for this one. Last names only.
Ecclestone of the National Lacrosse League.
There's Kelly. Down to the crease, scores. Emila on the stick, 9-3.
Nice stuff, and again, Kelly, no looker. The guy's got eyes in the side of his head. And Emila, who was caught all alone, as he circled behind the net after that loose ball. This is just give and go.
He must have some
wide open
holes in the side of his helmet as well if he's got eyes side of his head like that, Brad.
They could start calling him the owl.
Just don't know how you see out the side of your head if you don't have holes in your...
See it through the ear hole.
Oh, okay.
It's the only logical way.
Stay with me, Brad. Stay with me. Baptiste, clean win, got a lane down 200th and turned aside there by Dubinsky. For those that don't know, 200th, the main street outside the Langley Event Center. Main Street. Let's just go with Main Street, bro.
Oh, I like 200th.
Okay.
Could have used Highway 1 as well, 80th
yeah.
Avenue, all the intersections here outside of the LEC. About 45 minutes.
The Trans-Canada Highway.
Outside of Vancouver. You hop on that Highway 1 and take it all the way to Halifax.
I don't know if many people know that you can literally go from the coast of Vancouver to the coast of Halifax on the same highway.
One highway.
Highway 1. Right here in the Great White North. Never done it? Have you ever done the cross country?
Furthest I've gone on the 1 is Alberta.
Wow.
You?
I don't even think I've gone that far on the 1. I mean, I've been across the continent or the country.
Just not on the road.
Just not on the road. Reardon in front. As we'll give up our geography. Sit here for some lacrosse. As Konechny ran over a loose ball. Now we got another penalty call coming.
Konechny, who resides in
Well, I think he was doing work in Nova Scotia, but I think he's returned to his home province of Ontario now. And was coaching Team Ontario actually at the minor nationals about a month ago. He won himself a gold medal. As Vimala.
Back to the power play again for Team USA.
Yeah, and it's tough, right? Like, you want to play defense hard, and good teams will force you into penalties. And I think that's kind of what's happening here for the Czechs. They're working really hard, but they just can't quite stay with it, and they're getting drawn into penalties.
2 for 4 now.
Here's Connor Kelly as Anthony Kelly got bit by the turf monster. It's a real thing, Brad, the turf monster.
Oh, he's nasty.
Seen him take out.
There goes another.
Rannigan got bit.
Look
at Rannigan run.
Yeah, he can fly.
Good hustle there from Big John Rannigan. There's another athlete on this American team. And we'll get a timeout here from Reggie Thorpe and Team USA as they want the final possession to be executed properly here. And they call timeout for the Stars and Stripes as they'll look to add to their 6-goal lead here. 9-3. Outshooting the Czechs 27-16. And they have the man advantage too, so the luxury here is they don't need to pull the goaltender to the bench to run the extra man play here.
Shots on goal 27-16.
Amen. Will Johnny's trying to get me going here, Brad, talking about Team USA not having any name bars on the back of their jerseys. We talked about this on Lacrosse Classified as well. Neither does Team Canada, and I don't want to get off on a rant here, but I find it mind-boggling to me that you got the best lacrosse players on the planet and you can't market them to not only existing but new fans because they're down there watching going, who's wearing number 22? Who's wearing number 14? And there's no name bars on the back of the jerseys. These are the best players in the world, and you don't know who they are.
Yeah, it should be mandated by World Lacrosse that their names are on there.
Agreed. And it's USA and Canada, and then the Iroquois have them on the back, but they're super tiny.
And it's not two broadcasters sitting here complaining. We know who these guys are. But for the fans who are sitting there with their programs and
not everybody's buying a program either.
Back up, and no, they're
here we go. 5 seconds. Kelly, skip it. Reardon, one more. Anthony Kelly, and he double clutched and lost the handle.
Play for the big man down on the crease.
What do we got here? Whistle went with .4 on the clock. They did take the goalie out of the net. They'll shoot for the empty one, and they'll miss as the buzzer sent. I don't think it would have counted anyway, and that was a bit of a discombobulated finish to the half by both teams there. All right, lacrosse fans, welcome back inside the Langley Event Center. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. 30 down, 30 to go here in quarterfinal number 2. And the USA jumped out to a 6-1 lead. They now lead at 9-3 with a half of lacrosse to go here. The winner of this one gets the Iroquois Nationals. It's England and Canada in the other semi. Jake Kelly, Brad Challoner with you. Thanks for joining us here on Lac Sportsnet and TFSE TV, home of the World Indoor Lacrosse Championships. Rambo down low. Dubinsky, the stop into the corner it goes. Fresh 30 for USA. Still working on a man advantage here for the next 30 seconds.
Connor Kelly with 5 points in that first half, 2 goals and 3 assists. Gail Thorpe 1 and 3. Kieran McCardle 1 and 2, and a pair of goals from Blaze Reardon and David Emila.
Emila off the crossbar that time, and Connor Kelly has been a real X factor here since joining Team USA. Has added a significant punch to the offense here.
He really has, and a guy that only got into a handful of games with the San Diego Seals last season. New York Riptide, though, pick him up in the expansion draft, and seeing flashes of brilliance in the 2 games that he's been in here. You know, I really think these guys going off to the PLL and just living lacrosse for 6 months, they've brought them in different looking lacrosse players, you know? Kieran McCardle.
There's a chance for Reardon, couldn't bring in that pass, and the Czechs get it back. Thanks for all the tweets coming in regarding name bars. Had a couple of people, Brad, say it's about what's on the front of the jersey, not what's on the back of the jersey, and yeah, I'm all about that, trust me. I'm about as patriotic as you can get, and I understand that old adage, but the key word there is old. That's history.
We're here to grow the game, and you can't grow the game if people are going, who the hell is that with the ball right now? Who just scored that goal?
And if that's the difference for players playing with passion and playing with heart and pride, whether they have their name on the back of the jersey or not, then you're picking the wrong players to play on your team. This is about, like what Brad said, growing the game, marketing the best players on planet Earth to old and new fans alike, so they know who they're watching and become fans of those players because of it.
Yeah, and it should have been mandated from somewhere, whether it was the World Lacrosse or, you know, the general managers of these 2 teams.
How does that get overlooked and somebody goes, you know what, let's not put names on our jerseys?
Every other team in the tournament does, but let's let the 2 biggest teams in the tournament with the most NLL players outside of Iroquois who have their names at the bottom, but let's let Canada and USA get away with it, but no one else.
Makes no sense. So I appreciate all the tweets coming in. That's where we stand on it. I appreciate your opinion. Even if it's the wrong one, we still appreciate it. Keep the discussion going at Brad Shell, at PXP for Sports.
Any feedback, comments, questions, concerns, chirps,
jokes, recipes, you name it.
PXP for Sports.
Here comes USA with the 6-goal lead. We're back to 5-on-5. 3 minutes gone, third quarter. And it's Rambo to McCardle. Faked it. Rambo inside. Reardon over top of the goal. 5 on the shot clock. Got to pick it up. Reaching out one-handed. Kelly waiting for it now. He'll give it a smack, but miss that as well. Check ball. 29-16. I don't think anybody's had a shot on goal here yet. Unless they just haven't updated them. Post up between the legs. Shot there. Just goes wide from Poppe. Posted up in front of the goal, then put it one-handed between his legs. Didn't miss by much. Taylor Stewart. We'll flip it back to Emila. Set the pick. Emila can step in and didn't take advantage. Czech's still in that zone with a man to come on the floor.
The USA 1 shot this quarter.
Make it 2. Well, it hit the post. I'm not sure that will register.
2 for the Czechs.
Thank you. Look out. Bit of a lazy pass there from Mather. Kelly handles it well. Up floor he'll come. Lots of time on the shot clock here for Emila as he'll work to the top of the point. Now McCardle. He'll step into one. That one deflected and then changed direction and went off the base of the pipe. McCardle again. Again, the Czechs just packed in that box and one. And here's the lead feed. It's a good one on the break. Oh, just couldn't handle it cleanly a couple of times. Had a chance to bring it in and get a breakaway, but Skokan bobbled it. And then the chance went by the wayside. Kostel. Pressured from Osika. There's the pickup from Lazor. Bounce shot on, and Mather the stop and hangs on to the rebound as well. And one thing I'd like to see the Americans do here with this zone that the Czechs are playing, Brad, especially with that box and one with the guy up high, get the ball behind the cage and turn that defense around and get cutters coming down the pipes. That's how you beat a zone in box. When they want to play that, put the ball in behind the goal and you look for skip passes across the crease. But Team USA just hasn't done that. They've kept the ball high. Here we go and behind. But Emila taking off to the bench. And
dunk at Tampa. You're right. It turns everybody's back to it, and now your top guys are wide open because the defense has to turn around and check them if the pass comes.
Back there in Tavares or Dawson's office, whatever you prefer. Lukács. Well, good motion here from the Czechs as they run a set play. 5 on the shot clock. Here's, Lukács was open. Pass got knocked down. Baptiste with a nice defensive effort.
Good look. 2 cutters come through. Pass goes to the first man. There's a trail cutter as well.
Still a 6-goal lead. 9 to go here, third quarter. England and Canada will be the night game. The winner of this one takes on the Iroquois at 5 p.m. Pacific time tomorrow. Semifinals of the World Championships tomorrow, Bradley.
This week has flown by. Kicked things off last Thursday. I can't believe it's already a week through.
Well, I can't believe they announced these games were coming to Langley 4 years ago, and here we are. But you're right, the week has whipped by. Maybe not for some of these players who I'm sure are feeling the effects of playing 4 or 5 games in a short amount of time. As here comes Busick up with Edwards. He'll just run a pick, and Busick a kick stop there from Dubinsky, flashing that left pad out and stopping that one.
I remember 2015, it was President's Week on TSN 1040 with Sakaris and Price, and they brought Doug Locker on for President's Week, and they let me jump on the air and be a part of that interview and that chat with Doug, and that was one of the storylines that came up at that time because this situation or this event was just announced, and it was how big was this going to be for the lacrosse here in the Lower Mainland and for the NLL at the time as well.
The world is watching.
Everyone's here.
20 different nations descending on the township of Langley here for the World Championships. And it's been alluded to in the opening half, we should get a location for 2023.
And I don't know if we've mentioned yet tonight that Joe Resetaris has taken a rest.
Yes.
So he's obviously the big right-handed trigger man for Team USA.
Resetaris taking a rest-a-terrence.
Resetaris.
Couldn't resist. Good bump there from Dunn to knock that ball loose. Edwards will swoop in. Lazor up the floor. Here comes Timmy Edwards. On the run, he'll shoot just wide. As Dubinsky reached out for that one, but didn't need to make the stop. Good run from Edwards. This is Skokan. Body doubled, gets away from both, and then tried to pass across, and there's Rannigan to step in the lane.
Skokan's had the ball in his stick a lot tonight. He's
Tell you what,
transition man.
Sean Rannigan, look
at
out.
him go.
He is a bull in a china shop. I mean, he plays the game at 100 miles an hour and no other speed.
Yeah, even when he's changing after a hard shift, bringing that ball up the floor, take it deep, John Rannigan.
Like I just imagine him like sprinting while he cuts the grass at home as well. Like, I think he's just got one speed. That's it. Emila, skip it. Oh, Thorpe just missed on a quick stick. That looked like back in on the Czechs. No call as Konechny will come back here for the Czechs. Directing traffic, got to get it across center. Look out, double team. Busick stepping up, now stepping into the offensive zone on the turnover.
And that's what a nice offensive forecheck will do. Bump your defender, He gets in a bit of a panic, has to just throw the ball away, and gives it right back in the hands of the Americans.
You know what I'm talking about? Like Rannigan walk out the front door going to work, he sprints to his car and then gets out of, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just full speed, Brett.
Takes the stairs up to the 15th floor.
Why not? Radowitz couldn't scoop it. Thorpe has it. 5.5 to go third quarter, taking whacks and whacks on the hands. Perfectly legal in the sport of box lacrosse. Anthony Kelly to Thorpe. Loads it, fires right on a high bomb there, handled by Dubinsky.
Czech defense a little bit more physical this quarter. We've seen a few guys.
And here's where they're running into trouble though, Brad. They get across the center line, then stop their feet. Everybody's out high, and that allows the USA to stretch out and pressure and use that center line as a defender.
That's the thing. They've still got 3-4 guys up high. Get deep.
Gotta get that ball low in the corner, turn that defense, and start your offense from as low as you possibly can.
This one's just thrown away.
Here's Dunn. Little too many men call coming here to the Czechs. Edwards got a man open. Give Dunn the ball. One more across the crease, and in it goes. Nicely done.
Good movement by the defenders. Edwards, Dunn, and Taylor Stewart on the finish.
Took a while to get a goal here, but we got one, and it comes courtesy of Taylor Stewart. 10-3 USA. Say Liz Stewart, Denver, Colorado, but mention he grew up here playing Canadian summer lacrosse with the Coquitlam Junior Adnecks. Now a member of the Colorado Mammoth and a member of Team USA.
One of 4, or is it 3 former junior Adanac teammates wearing number 68 in this tournament, along with Jean-Luc Chetner in Israel and Challen Rogers with Canada.
All first time. No, Chetner I think actually played in 2015. But I think all 3 of them couldn't get their desired numbers that they normally wear. Rogers likes 23, Stewart likes 22. I'm trying to think what Chetner usually wears. 48, I think. Another penalty call coming. Holding will be the violation. And a chance to get goal number 4 here for the Czech Republic as Lee Bryan will make the call.
Fourth power play of the night for the Czech Republic. They are 1 for 4.
4:10 to go third quarter. Lukash. And lost Scott on this near side. Pape the point man. Overhand shot. Will it stay in? It won't. And that's when you got to hit the target with for Doschley. You're going to take that look early in the shot clock. You got to test the goaltender. Last thing you can do is miss wide and have that thing go out of play.
Yeah, give the ball right back to the Americans. They got a chance to kill 30 or more.
There's Gale Thorpe. He still looks like he's got some energy left in his legs after a long week. This guy's in top physical condition. And you got to be to come into a tournament like this and be successful.
Yeah, it's a grind. You got to have the depth to recover from guys injured and taking rest. Resiterits is out. Connor Kelly gets in the lineup. He's filling the net tonight.
Still no sign of Chris O'Doherty out on the floor either.
He's on the bench with his helmet off and his leg up on the bench right now. We're in the C.
Yeah, he's wearing that. Mike Manny, I think the other scratch here tonight for Team USA.
Brett Manny.
Brett Manny, excuse me. Where did Mike come from?
Mike Manley.
Oh, okay. It's probably
the former USA player.
I think that's probably where I was.
Yeah,
going.
OD's wearing the C. Is that the first time I've seen letters on the Americans, I think,
I
this
haven't
tournament?
seen Joe White.
No, he was wearing the C earlier this tournament. That's right. So yeah, a lot of the big boys for Team USA resting tonight. So I do see a few Iroquois players in the building. I didn't see them earlier, but coming to trickle in and get a little scout at some of the Americans they're going to see tomorrow. Shall they hang on to this lead here?
which is highly likely with a 7-goal spread and 17 minutes to go. As the official takes one off his small of his back off the carom off the end wall. Is Koshtel looking for a Lucy, but it's Taylor Stewart off to the races here with Edwards. Off the bench comes Gail Thorpe with Seed. It's Edwards in on goal, faking, and stepped in the crease.
Gail Thorpe left wide open too. Both defenders ran over to take care of Edwards and left Thorpe all alone.
Americans doubling up in shots now, 34-17.
That ball rolls into the corner. As a successful penalty kill again. The Czechs will go to work 5-on-5. Shot clock violation on the Czechs as Mather will outlet pass up the floor. The Americans will go to work on the 5-on-5 offense, up by 7.
I think I'm okay, Bradley.
I don't know if you're okay over there. You choking?
Doesn't happen very often, but water down the wrong pipe. And I think I'll recover. Excuse me. Final minute of play of quarter 3. It's been
nice shot by Thorpe. Step back, side arm, far side high, stings it.
Whoa.
This kid's got a bright future.
Yeah, he does. Had a great President's Cup as well. For the Akwesasne Bucks, they were called.
Finisher, he's athletic, solid frame.
That's a real skill, that step back release around your defender. Not every guy can pull that shot off, but it's a weapon.
Yeah. Robert Church, Ben McIntosh.
Curtis Dixon,
maybe the best at it.
Penalty call coming here. Baptiste stepped back over the center line, but he's going to draw a call.
No, not easy to put heat on a shot while you're backpedaling. Got to get that whip on it.
Not at all. And then to be accurate with it as well is a challenge. So final 45 seconds of quarter 3. 8-goal lead here for USA, and power play time once again. Long week for the broadcasters as well, bro. Reardon off the crossbar.
2-a-days. Players aren't even doing that.
Yeah. I got 3 a day coming up on Saturday.
3 a day on gold medal day. Really making you, staff at the LEC, making you work here on the final weekend of things. Final shot of the quarter.
Kelly put it wide. 10 seconds to go here, and the Czechs will come up with it. Konechny wants to run.
Reardon hits 5th gear. And just a 2-goal third quarter.
Yeah, tight one, but it's an 8-goal lead here for USA. They'll start the 4th on the man advantage. All right, lacrosse fans, welcome back inside the Langley Event Center. Blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. We're underway here in the 4th quarter of USA. 15 minutes away now, Brad Challoner, from a date with the Iroquois Nationals in a rematch of that beautiful round-robin game we saw between USA and Iroquois that resulted in a 12-10 victory for the Nationals. But it was a tight one, and one of the games of the tournament so far.
Yeah, it really was one of the games of the tournament. And as we talked about, since then, another outside shot by Kelly, waved off in the crease. Back the other way we go. But that was one of the games of the tournament. And since that time, they've lost Thomas Hogarth from the Iroquois Nationals lineup.
Lyle Thompson,
the Americans have picked up Kelly, Rambo, and Dunn.
I got to get a quick shout out on here to my Lacrosse All-Stars buddy Ryan Conwell's asking me if a sub shot, people give me the gear, sub shot, submarine shot. It's a West Coast kind of something we've started out here. I think we're kind of the only province that uses it, but asking if Gail Thorpe taking a sub shot is called a torpedo, and I love it, Brett.
Well, of course it is.
Well, yes, 1,000% yes, Ryan. That is absolutely a torpedo. Stick it, Connor Kelly, and he's got another. It's 12-3.
And he's looked very confident out here tonight. His smaller net, not worrying 22 whatsoever. as he continues to pour it in. And he'll be an asset lined up next to Joe Resiteritz tomorrow night. That's his third of the night to go along with 4 assists.
Yeah, so let's look at this American lineup here. As the scoreline's starting to slip away from the Czechs here, Brad, and we don't want to pile on them, but Baptiste winning another draw. So if you think about the guys that are out of the lineup here tonight, in Manny, in White, in Resiteritz.
And O'Doherty.
O'Doherty's listed on the roster, so he's technically taking up a roster spot here tonight. As Rambo turned aside by Dubinsky. Who do you take out? I would think Lazor will be one coming out for sure on the back end. Joel White will go back in. Let's just say that. You know Resiteritz is going to come back in, so maybe Anthony Kelly comes off that offensive right side for the veteran.
Yeah, maybe Adam Osika comes out. He's been doing a little bit of everything, but you want to have your true defenders in there in White and Manny, of course.
And you got to think, like, the guys that they picked up late, I believe it was Osika and Emila replacing Schreiber, and who was the other American forward that went down just before the tournament? Offensive lefty, escaping my mind right now, but I think Emila, is where I'm going with this, has worked himself into a starting role.
Yeah, I think it would be tough to pull him out at this point for sure. Not a bad problem for Reggie Thorpe to have tomorrow morning.
Absolutely not. Shots getting away here from the Czechs as well now as Pompey finds an open man, and Mather the stop.
And let's not forget Goa Abrams, who will likely be back between the pipes tomorrow night.
Yes, indeed. Good one. 40-19, your shots on goal here for USA. Man, that's bugging me now who that player was left off. The roster picked up an injury. Somebody's going to tell me on Twitter, I know. I just want to think of it myself. McCardle in behind the goal. That's going to count for Blaze Reardon.
Dubinsky knocks off the post, but the goal will be allowed by Blaze Reardon. As he doesn't mind sneaking over to that righty side of the floor and doing stuff, whether it's behind the net or sneaking around for a quick stick opportunity. And nice looking dish by McCardle. Looks like he's going to shoot.
Another guy that started playing lacrosse at a very young age, 4 years old, I believe Blaze said.
And
picked up box lacrosse Junior B
from 18 years old in Akwesasne.
Won himself a Founders Cup, which is the Junior B Canadian Championship. Not an easy tournament to win.
Similar path to Joey Rez, who started playing in Canada.
St. Catharines, I believe, for Joey. Right near the Buffalo border. As Thorpe missed on that pass. And the Czechs will clear the zone here with Chet. I'm not sure about that baby blue shoe selection there for Chet. Clashing. Ball into the corner, loose up for grabs. Taylor Stewart will step in front, make the turn. Look, here's Busick off a bounce all day on the breakaway. Busick, fake it, and Dubinsky will stop him. Nice save from Peter Dubinsky to keep this a 10-goal lead.
Stands up to Busick on the breakaway. Doesn't really move, doesn't give him anything to shoot at.
Okay, my brain is tapped out here. Somebody tell me who the other American forward that was left off with Tom Schreiber due to injury, because it's driving me nuts. As Radowitz makes it 14-3.
I'm trying to scan MLL rosters in my head, and I can't see it either.
As soon as I see the name, I'm just going to go, yeah, of course. But I got a lot of names and numbers running through my brain right now. Post it up in the chat maybe there, Bradley. Somebody might get an answer out of there. As all smiles on the USA bench here as they're just 10:53 away now for a rematch with the Nationals. USA have won the bronze all 4 times around here at the World Championships and looking to improve on that. And they might just have the team to do it this year, Brad. If Galway Abrams can match Warren Hill in goal, I think the USA can hang with this Iroquois team, especially with the injuries that they've got.
Yeah, I really think those injuries are going to play a pretty big effect tomorrow night for Iroquois. And this American team,
Well, it's
like we
almost
mentioned,
like
heating up throughout the tournament, getting bodies back. They're going to look different.
well, that's it. It's like almost like a 6-player swing because the Iroquois lose 3, the Americans gain 3,
Yeah.
and that's a massive swing in the depth of your roster. Anthony Kelly taking on 2 Czechs.
Aggressive loose ball battle in the Czech zone right now. Czechs show some fire. You know, they play a lot of these European teams, Finland, Czech Republic, Germany, well, maybe Finland not so much, but a lot of these teams play a real clean game and just not quite mean enough to hang with some of the lower blue teams like in England who, you know, have some pretty tough defenders on that back end. And
Kelly probably should have got a penalty for cross-checking somebody on the ground.
He'll get one now.
Well, come over and cooler heads will prevail. Kelly is off to the penalty box here for USA. Watch it here. And right there, that's the penalty. I mean, it's a small push, but the man is down, and you can't hit a man on the back when he's on the ground, especially without the ball. Still nothing?
Still nothing. Buchanan?
No, somebody just said Buchanan. It's not Buchanan. It's a lefty forward. Was on Team USA's roster and then picked up an injury just before the tournament. And Osika and Emila replacing Schreiber and the other guy who I can't remember. Not Buchanan. Pop it, skip it, and that pass wide. Edwards, a nice loose. Downing wants to run. Here comes Edwards up there with Greg Downing. Tim Edwards scores. (15-3) USA, and now on the next whistle, the clock will run and it won't stop till it hits triple zeros. That's a short-handed goal there from Tim Edwards as you see it one more time. Nice. Doesn't score often, does Tim, but shows you he's got a little skill in that stick right there. Not Marcus Holman.
Ethan O'Connor was listed.
That's the one I'm thinking of right there.
Defense. Not an offensive lefty, but a
Well,
big
that's
hole
probably
on
what
that
threw
back end. Yeah.
Look out, Baptiste barreling towards the goal. That's a scary sight.
You know, you want to see it more from Baptiste. He only charges the net, comes down Main Street, 200th Street here in Langley, a couple times a game. And you almost want it more from Baptiste. Yeah, you're up 15-3, but there's times in a game where he could get that opportunity, have a chance to score, or get a chance to create something in the offensive zone.
So there you go. Emila replaced Schreiber. Osika replaced O'Connor. He was not a forward. He's D guy, and that's what threw everybody off. My apologies. Mystery solved. Ethan O'Connor was the man I was thinking of, as here comes Ranigan. I tell you what, I'm becoming a more and more John Ranigan fan every single shift he takes.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. A
Like
lot of these
if there
guys,
wasn't a wall at the end of this arena here, he's still running right out to the field house. Like Bo Jackson on Monday Night Football down the tunnel.
Like Forrest Gump when he got that touchdown.
Yeah, braces falling off his legs,
open
just going.
Open up the back door and just let him go. No, a lot of these players have stepped up. I really enjoyed watching Kieran McArdle have the ball in his stick more. You know, he's got to be second, third, fourth fiddle when he has been in Toronto with the NLL, but he's been a quarterback here and he's been perfect at it.
And you actually made the mention during warm-up here for Team USA that you just noticed a little bit of Port bounce pass alert. Brad got past Kelly. That they just had a bit of an aura, a bit of a swag to them that you really kind of started to feel watching USA mingle around the floor here.
Yeah, and honestly, I didn't feel that way the first time I saw them come in. You know, the first couple warm-ups that they took, I think, to start this tournament were a little bit lackadaisical and nonchalant. And they weren't, I said early in the tournament, just watching their warm-up, they weren't as militant and mechanical as you're used to seeing Team USA come out onto a floor. They were that tonight.
And that's something that, the field team for Team USA definitely carries around with them when they arrive on scene at an international tournament. And I think that's where they want the box program to get to too, Brad, where when they walk in, they want people to know, hey, Team USA is here and we're here to win.
Swag.
Right. And they'll get there. There's no doubt about it in my mind that Team USA is going to just keep rising here on the world stage in box lacrosse. Too much talent, too many athletes, and too much population not to. And the real thing is get that top premier goaltender on your squad. And I don't know if Galway Abrams is the guy. I don't know if David Mather is the guy, or if they have a guy in mind that's maybe 2 or 3, 4 years away. But when they get that guy, and they'll get him, look out for the rest of the world. Baptiste to Reardon. That was an ill-advised pass, and Dubinsky has it in his crease as we're under 6 to go. Anything noteworthy on the Twitter feed, Bradley? I'll take that as a no.
No.
Scanning away.
We got our Ethan O'Connor answer. But I really think the next wave is going to come from
Here's my man, Brad.
that Denver Elite League.
Yeah, USA box love. Here's Taylor Stewart down to the crease. Busick. Oh, corkscrew, count it.
Nice hands on the doorstep. Busick. Again, these guys just looking comfortable and having some fun out there right now as we're in your running time with a 13-goal lead here in the fourth quarter. Taylor Stewart moves one ahead in transition. So getting some different kind of goals tonight. There's been a couple transition goals, shorties, power plays, lots of 5-on-5.
And lots of Ethan O'Connor tweets coming in now. Yes, thank you. We got it. Appreciate them all. And somebody just asking for a Lyle Thompson update. And last I saw, Lyle Thompson on crutches around the Langley Event Center. Apparently he was out shopping at Walmart using an electric scooter. And very deep Charlie horse is what we've heard for Lyle Thompson. Don't expect him back for the semifinal, and very unlikely he plays any further.
Manager of the team told someone close to us, there's a 2% chance he plays on
And if Lyle
Saturday
can get out there, he's going to go. Do you jeopardize it? I don't know how effective he could even be. And if you've ever had a Charlie horse, it's something you can play with, but as soon as somebody touches that, you want to put a gun to your head.
Yeah.
That's how much it hurts. So it'd be super courageous, but I just don't think it's very smart. But this World Championship is another one for Team USA. It means more to probably Lyle Thompson and the Iroquois Nationals than it does to any other player on the planet.
Yeah.
It's like he's the beacon, right, for First Nations, the Haudenosaunee, all of it. And for him not to be able to go, especially with his 3 brothers in tow, and I think Lyle will definitely have another World Championship in him. He's going to be there 4 years from now.
Could have 2 more in him.
Yeah, so
He'll get another field across one as well.
So real tough situation for both the Iroquois and for Lyle Thompson, but I think you got to use some common sense, and you don't push that one. And it's weird, I've never seen Lyle even hurt before.
Yeah, to see him limp off the floor was like, oh, this hasn't happened.
And it was game 1, first quarter, and it's just like, man, are you serious? Of all the guys? Not that you want to see anybody get hurt, but he's the guy.
He's the face of the sport, in my opinion.
Favorite player. I love watching Lyle play lacrosse.
Yeah, so pure.
He does it the way
that it was designed. When you think about the sport and all it means and where it came from, it is number 4 in purple.
Yes, well said. As we tick down in this one, and USA is going to play the Iroquois Nationals tomorrow in the semifinal. That'll be a 5 o'clock start here from Langley Pacific time. And then the nightcapper will be Canada versus England 2 winners will play for gold. The 2 losers will play for bronze.
And
Dubinsky with one more clutch stop.
the Czechs will move on to play Finland tomorrow.
That could be a good game.
1 o'clock in the Arena Bowl.
Finland, Czech Republic. Who you got there? Who you got, Brett?
That's a tough call.
That's why I'm
That's
asking.
a tough call. I'm going with the Czech Republic in that one.
Bounce back.
Bounce back from this. Pete Dubinsky.
Israel, Netherlands, taking
It's-
Israel.
Yeah, and then that'll make a Czech-Israel game for
4th and 5th.
5th and 6th.
5th and 6th. Excuse me.
And if Czechs win that one, they're in the blue division next time.
And that's huge for the
That'll
Czechs,
be a
right?
big game, these guys against England for sure. Or Israel, sorry.
Oh, I think it'll be a great game. Kelly with one more swing at it. Dubinsky another stop as we're into the final minute. Oh, excuse me. So Ira Thorpe let me know it is actually Goa Abrams, not Gawa Abrams, which I mispronounced earlier. I appreciate that tweet coming in. That's what the Twitter feed is for more than anything, Brad, is just to call me out when I make mistakes because I don't want to make any, but if I do, I want to know about it so I don't do it again.
Don't do it again. I hear you. Injured Czech on the turf. 25 seconds to go. One last shot up the floor.
So semi-finals are set, Brad Challoner, and I think, this when the tournament laid out, this is what everybody expected, really. Maybe not England. There was a discussion to be made for Israel or even the Czechs to be in that game, but
England really came through the last 2 games and came
Chiliano.
together as a group. Chiliano, Lyndon Bunyo, they did some good things on this turf the last 2 nights. 0-4 in the round robin, 2-0 in the championship round.
That's when it matters the most. Final seconds of this one, and then Wednesday at the World Championships will be done. Semi-final Thursday tomorrow. Don't forget, you can check out every second of it right here on TFSC TV and Lax Sports Network. Triple zeros on the clock. USA prevail over the Czech Republic. They outshoot them 50-23 and outscore them 17-3. Final stats, Bradley. Big night for Connor Kelly, if I'm not mistaken here. I heard
he
his
led
name
the way.
a lot.
4-4 for Connor Kelly. 1-5 for Kieran McCardle. 2-4 for Gail Thorpe. Hat-trick for Blaze Reardon. Pair of goals for Dave Emila and Connor Busick. Singles from Radzowitz, Stewart, and Tim Edwards. Lots of people getting in on the scoreboard tonight. And how did Trevor Baptiste do at the end of the day?
I'm going to say, well,
21 for 24.
not bad.
That's a pretty high percentage. So it's you and Brandon Astle tomorrow for both the semifinal games. USA and Iroquois right here from the Arena Bowl, 5 o'clock West Coast time. And then the nightcap, England and Canada, 8 o'clock right here at the Arena Bowl. Going to be a good day.
Can't wait.